My thought for the day, when the hits the fan, do we respond or do we react? I heard this great story from Zig Ziglar in the 1990s. He was rushing to the airport to catch a flight. He got to the desk and the person behind the desk said, "Oh, I do apologize, Mr. Ziglar. Your plane has been delayed for 4 hours." And Zig said, "Well, that's wonderful." And the person said, "I don't think you heard me, Mr. Ziglar. I said your plane has been delayed for 4 hours." He said, "Oh yeah, I heard you. It's wonderful, thank you." And the person said, "I don't understand. What's wonderful about it?" He said, "Well, I can only think of 3 reasons why the plane's not going up right now. 1, the pilot's sick. We need a healthy pilot to take us into the airs. 2, there's a fault with the aircraft. I don't want to go up in a faulty aeroplane. I'd rather you fix it. 3, the weather is so bad, it's unsafe to fly. So where would I rather be? Right here, right now. I'll find my way to your coffee lounge, get a cup of coffee and read a book. Thank you very much." Now people have said to him, "Zig, did you truly think it was wonderful?" And he said, "When I was told my plane wasn't going for 4 hours, no, I was like, ah!" However, it was up to me how I responded or reacted to the situation. I could have said, "What do you mean my plane's going nowhere? You get me, your supervisor, right here, right now. Get me on that plane and get me in the air." Reality is the plane was going nowhere for 4 hours. In life, we either respond to a situation or we react to it. There was a woman at the airport and her plane had also been delayed. Perhaps it was the same day. Perhaps it was the same plane. She decided also to go and get herself a good book to read, and she also bought a packet of chocolate chip cookies. Well, she sat engrossed in her book and she decided that she would start to eat her chocolate chip cookies. And as she reached out to put her hand in the bag, the man next to her had his hand in her bag of chocolate chip cookies. She looked at him and stared, and he took a chocolate chip cookie and he started to eat it. So she grabbed one of her chocolate chip cookies, and then he grabbed one. And then she grabbed one and he grabbed one. They were having a race who could eat the most chocolate chip cookies. By now, she wasn't just glaring at him, she was growling at him. And then her plane was called. She picked up her book and she snarled one more time at that man, and then she boarded the plane. And when she got to her seat, she got herself organized. She put her book on her chair and she opened up her bag to put her book inside of it. And there, inside her bag, was her chocolate chip cookies. So whose chocolate chip cookies had they been eating? The man's. Life is all about how we respond or react to any given situation. Now, if you're not sure about the difference between responding and reacting, let me frame it this way. You go to the doctor, and the doctor says to you, "You've had a reaction." Doesn't sound great, does it? The doctor says to you, "You are responding well." Oh, I like the sound of that. We are all challenged when something comes up and we don't always see the big picture. There was a little boy who was incredibly sad. His dog had died. He'd gone to school and he was crying. And the teacher came up to him and said, "Johnny, what's the matter? Why are you crying?" He said, "Me dog's dead, miss." And she said, "Your dog's dead? How did it happen?" He said, "I pissed in his ear, miss, and it wouldn't move." She said, "You did what?" He said, "I pissed in his ear, miss, and it wouldn't move." "You pissed in your dog's ear?" He said, "Yes, I got on my hands and knees and I went, psst, psst, and it wouldn't move." Oh, I love that story. I've told that in many situations. I remember telling it in a corporate company once, and you should have seen the looks on the faces when I said the dog pissed in his ear. And then they found out it was actually something very different than what they had first thought. When the hits the fan, it's about being centered and present so that we can breathe in the situation and respond so that we bring our light to the situation rather than react and bring more chaos to a situation. In our world right now, where so many people are reacting and in fear, those of us who are able to hold space, clear space, and respond from here, well, we are able to help others to come to center. May you respond well today and all days. And when you forget, come back inside. Breathe in great gratitude.